Okay, we are going to do some tracking now with the line tool. So we'll choose the line tool, that's L on the keyboard. And before we start, we're basically going to hover over this corner until we leave a little cross behind. And then we can track down a certain distance. And that distance is 20 mil. And we would enter 20 as our sort of offset and hit enter. That's our start point. Then we create a line that's 5 mil long, but at an angle of 30 degrees. So because our polar track is set to 90, 180, 270, we need to change the polar track settings. You can do this on the fly just by going down and changing that to 30, 60, 90, 120. So then we can come down when it locks out at 30 and we see that green tracking line. We can then enter 5 as our distance, and then we can move it vertically down. And it doesn't have to come all, we don't have to drag it all the way down. As long as it's on that vertically downward pointing 90 degree track, then we can enter 55, enter. And then we come back and we need to be at 150. Okay, so the angle is 150. We can either sort of just track back along this until it intersects with that, or we could type in 5, but either way it's going to give us the right point. So click the left mouse button and that'll set that, then hit escape. Okay, now this is going to be the same as the other side. So once we finish drawing this and finishing off the bracelet itself, we can then mirror it down the center of this to the other side. So the next thing we're going to do is offset this line 10 mil, and we do that 4 times. So use the offset tool and set the distance 10, enter, and then select this line and make sure we're going in the right direction. 2, 3, 4, and right click and enter, or just hit escape or hit enter on the keyboard. Lots of different options. Now we've got a 10 degree line that we're going to just draw from that point. So we're going to snap this intersection point and draw a 10 degree line so it's actually, if that's horizontal, it's going to be -10, but because with dynamic input, it's going to always be sort of positive. Depends on the direction we're heading. So if we now go down to our polar track settings and change this to 10, 20, 30, 40, and then choose our line tool and then click there, then providing we're on 10, doesn't matter how far over we go, we need to basically intersect that last point, and then we choose the line tool again. Could have just hit enter, and we come up 10 degrees and click, and then we hit escape. Okay, so all we need to do now is trim out these different things. So if we choose the trim tool and I click on that line and this line and this line, so this is my boundary, and I'm going to trim everything to these points, hit enter, and then I will try, I haven't tried this before, but I'll try and click and hold to see whether I can just draw a line around that, or it's gone not very well at all. See, that's there. I can marquee select those, but it's not doing that fence marquee, so unfortunately. So anyway, I've got those 3. I can then do those 2, and then I can come back in and do 1, 2, 3 there. You can do a multiple select, but not the way that I was hoping it would have done. Okay, so that's the half bracelet. If I wanted to do this, so I guess I could have had to have hit the down arrow to do that. I'll just hit escape and just click and then drag. So I want to select, marquee select to this point. So it's the green is the crossing window with a dotted line around it. If I wanted to do it the other way around, I would have to select from outside this edge, so I would surround everything. The blue selection is the window, which means you have to surround everything. The green is the crossing, which means you just have to touch the lines that you want to select. Anyway, so those are selected. I'll then choose the mirror tool, which is this one, and it's asking me to pick a mirror plane, and I need to make sure that I've got my midpoint snap set. In fact, I'll show you a different method. I'll show you a one-hit snap setting, and if I shift, so I'm holding the shift key down and then right click, and I get this option to choose a one-hit snap, and I'll go midpoint, and I can choose the midpoint of any one of these points. I'll click on that one, and then I go vertically down, then I click with my left mouse button, And then it's asking me, do I want to erase the source objects? Now these are the source objects, and no I don't. I want to keep them there. The default is for it to say no, so you just hit enter and there you go. So you've now mirrored the stuff on this side to the stuff on that side based upon a center line which is sort of picking up the midpoint of these objects, which are all running down that center line. And we are nearly done. We've got a bit of text to go in here, we've got some text to go in there, and we've got a bit of hatching to go around here and in these bits, and then we have completed our first little drawing assignment. So we'll do all that in the next video.